Hello guys, I am going to be commentating this bronze 1v1 I played earlier today. I know that's terrible, I shouldn't do it, but I'm going to do it anyway. Over here spawning in the right corner will be my opponent Jazz. He's the red Protoss. And over here on the left side I am the blue Terran. That's me. So let's just jump right into it. Oops, I want to look at me. I'm going to be commentating mostly what I'm doing. I will bounce over to his base every now and then to kind of check up, see how it's going over there. I'm just going to start out by saying I do win this one, so don't come here expecting to see me just get decimated or anything. Anyway, I just want to start out by giving a shout out to Phoenix001. He's the one who kind of introduced me to Fraps. That's what I'm using to record this. It's working pretty well. I am not recording in HD because that takes like 10 hours to upload on my connection, which is really terrible, and I don't want to wait 10 hours. Constantly having to move my mouse to keep my computer awake, even though I know that that's a setting I'm going to change. Anyway, let's get into the game. Okay, I'm throwing down this supply depot up over here a little late. Should have been looking for that around 10 supply. And because of that, I'm going to get a supply blocked over here at my command center. It's okay, it's only for a few seconds, so it's not that big of a deal. And you're going to want to be looking to put that down around 10 though, and immediately after that I will be jumping up to 12 supply, and then I'm going to be throwing down my bunker, or barracks rather, over here. And just for all you newbies out there, this is like a common Terran approach to the early game, is to wall off your base, especially effective against Zerg with their Zergling rushes. Newer players, usually down in the Bronze League, who play Zerg won't go for a Baneling bust to just push through a supply depot because it only has 400 hit points. Okay, so anyway, moving on. You're going to constantly want to keep training SCVs down here at your command center. And see, there's his scout. I threw my supply depot up over here. You're going to want to wall with 2 supply depots on your on the north-south side of your ramp over here to get in, and a barracks in the middle. And what I like to do with my barracks is make 1 or 2 Marines out of it at first, and then throw down a tech lab, especially versus Protoss, because most Protoss players will immediately go for Stalkers versus Terran, because of the Marines will just destroy Zealots before they even get to them. And here I'm throwing my scout out here, maybe a little bit late, trying to figure out where his base is at, and I don't think that he knows that I'm here yet. He didn't come up the ramp. He probably just had that on like a waypoint, and he passed by as close as he could to the waypoint and then went up over to this base. So I'm getting my barracks over here, probably around 17 supply. I didn't really see that. I see his scouts back over here. I'm going to try to snipe that up with my Marine, and I do get it. He's going to try to run away. The auto run feature for your workers moved him over behind this mineral patch, then he just right clicked out over here somewhere. Okay, so I'm scouting over here in his base right now with my SCV, and I wasn't paying real close attention, so he did get hit by that Zealot a few times. He's down to 13 hit points. Now I'm just setting waypoints around his base so I don't have to really pay attention, then I'm going to send him back over to my base after he's done like surveying the area over here. And I just wanted to see what he was doing. See, he's going for this fast cybernetic score, only 1 gateway so far, and yeah, that's right, yeah, only 1 gateway. And so he's going for probably fast stalkers. He probably just got these 2 zealots up here for like just base defense, and there's the other one popping out right there. I don't know what he has going on over there. I think that that's just a pylon over there. So I'm running my worker out. He did not die, unlike Jazz's. When he scouted me, I killed it, only for the fact I have ranged units, being the Marine. And so you're going to want to go for these early Marauders, or not even really early, and upgrade them with the concussive shells from your tech lab over here, and keep making them. Don't queue up like 30 million units at each barracks though, because that's just tying up resources, because when you go to queue something up, it actually just takes the resources out of your count up here, and they're being tied up down here. I got this orbital command really late at 26 supply. So you're going to want to go for that a lot earlier. However, the nice thing about this is I did get supply blocked, so I'm just going to do the extra supply on my supply depot over here. That just cancels out the supply block and gives me time to get up another supply depot over here. I wasn't paying real close attention. That's bad on my part. And you can see I have a reactor over here, and I have a few Marines queued up to be training there all the time. because the biomass really helps when you're fighting somebody who goes to tech up over getting fast units. Most Protoss players will immediately go for tech, like Colossi or higher up units, higher tier units. And I don't know. Oh yeah, I do my little scanner sweep over here. I can see that he has 2 gateways. He's not even going for warp gates, and he had a 3rd one queued up to build over here with that probe that's running away. And I scanner sweeped, and he canceled it so that I wouldn't be able to see that, and that was a good move on his part. And he does have an observer up, so he's going to be coming over here to try to scout me out a little bit. But it's too late. I am already moving across the map with a considerable force for this early. He does have a few units up. Or is that like 6? Yes, that is 6. 5 zealots and a stalker. And these marauders just so strong against these stalkers. They are counted as armored, so the marauders will do 20 damage per rocket that they fire out, and there's just in numbers like this, just 4 or 5 of them will destroy stalkers. The concussive shell's slowing down these zealots so that they will have a harder time getting to my main force. And I think I have plinking shots up here at these guys. You're going to want to focus fire most of your marauders on one stalker, like the closest one to you. So they'll just let your marines fire at the zealots so that you can get rid of this fire support that they have going on up over there. And another little thing, you see he has his observer down here so he can see when I'm running guys out. Let's see, over to his vision. Yeah, he can just see the corner of my base here. So what you're going to want to do here is queue up, always hotkey your production buildings, and probably your main army. It's a good idea too. If you have something that you're going to want to micro back, hotkey that unit or that group of units so that you can select them quickly out of your main bulk, and rally point your army production over into your enemy's base if you think you're going for an all-in push. If you don't know, maybe like halfway mark, 3/4, right over in here would be good. Or you can just leave them back at your base. And when you're fighting Protoss, always target the pylons over targeting buildings. If you can knock out the pylons, that building is rendered irrelevant. It is unpowered. It cannot do anything. See, he's making an immortal over here. And he got this robotics base, so he was probably going to go for Colossi, which is a very good unit versus Terran. And so are these immortals. These immortals versus armored, 50. That's like an entire marine. But you can only do the 50 versus a marauder because those are the only armored here. And he GG's and leaves right here because he knows that he just can't keep up with the production. He probably would have had a much better chance if he got this immortal over here out faster. But I just have more units streaming into his base. If he could have gotten a proxy base up, like an expansion up, maybe back over here, or down over here where I wouldn't have seen it, he could have started making those colossi, and the game would have progressed farther, but he had already lost so many workers that it was pretty useless. He has 500 minerals, so he could have snuck a probe out in between these waves of units that are coming in, and tried a ninja expansion, but it was pretty much over at that point. He had like 6 probes, and this wasn't a very good game for me. I was slow on a lot of stuff, but and I know that I should have gotten a 3rd barracks down with a tech lab and research stim pack, but I didn't, because after I pushed into his base, I saw, oh hey, I'm going to beat this guy back, and after these 3 were out, it was just game. That was pretty much game there. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Maybe I helped out some of you noobs. Not using that in an offensive way, I hope. I know that I still really suck at this game, so don't take me for a pro or even a half-decent player. But I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will be seeing you next time.